evening everyone, greetings from Sydney, Australia. I'm here with a dear friend of mine, 5-time Olympian, and Olympic Gold Medalist, Natalie Cook.
High five.
High five. We met in Queenstown, New Zealand earlier this year. We were both speaking at a conference over there, and Natalie spoke about sustaining motivation. And it's a really fascinating topic to me. It's something that, as a monk, we were trained to do as well, and to consistently apply something in your life, a tool, over a period of time so that it actually becomes a sustainable change in your life. So Natalie, thank you for doing this little video with me.
Pleasure. It's great to see you in Sydney. Again, you're like becoming more Aussie than you ever have been.
And it's going to be my third visit to Australia in 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm coming back in 2 months' time.
We'd love to have you.
Thanks. So tell me a little bit more about sustaining motivation.
Well, it's an interesting topic, you know, to get out of bed every day for the last 20 years, put on a bikini and go and chase a volleyball around a sandpit, right? With the number one goal to get the ball over the net and land it in the other person's sandpit before it hits yours. Like, it's pretty simple. Why would I do that, you know, for the last 20 years? And the motivation for me has been to go to the Olympic Games and represent my country and wear the green and gold and be the very best I can be at what I chose was beach volleyball. Now that permeates through every part of my life, and it's about having excellence in everything I do. Now, when I hang out with people, they say, how did you stay motivated for 20 years? And that's the number one question I get asked. So I had to really sit and think about that. I'm like, well, isn't everyone? Like, doesn't that just happen? Didn't I just get given? Don't you have it too? And I know you do as a monk with your practice. And I thought that was normal. And then I discovered that people have challenges with their own motivation. They have challenges with sustaining things. That they can start and following through and finishing becomes a challenge. So I had to sit and think, which I know you do a lot of, and decide and discover what it was that kept me motivated. So I've done that and developed this amazing 30-day program, which is a video series that you get a little piece of me every day to kickstart your motivational mojo. So that's really what has inspired me to learn more about my own motivation and learn about what does or does not motivate others.
Cool.
That's the short answer.
I'll come back to the little video. I'm really interested to what you have online, but when was the first time you had the thought, I want to compete in the Olympics?
Well, I was 8 years old.
Okay.
I was sitting in front of the TV watching, at the time, the Commonwealth Games, and one of our Aussie swimmers, Lisa Curry, went.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And she's still around doing amazing things.
Oh, yeah.
And a very big icon in Australian sport. So she won the 100 metres freestyle.
In the Olympics?
In the Commonwealth Games.
Oh, Commonwealth Games.
The 1982 Commonwealth Games. And I just turned 8. And I was watching her get out of the pool, put her Australian tracksuit on, gold medal around her neck, watching the Australian flag rise, singing Advance Australia Fair. And at 8 years old I said, I want to do that. Now, I didn't know how, I didn't know when or what I needed to do, but I just knew that emotion she was expressing, that feeling she had, was something I wanted to achieve for myself, and it happened. It was great.
So Natalie, there's millions of people around the world, millions of kids that think, I want to be an Olympic gold medalist, I want to play for Manchester United, I want to win the Wimbledon, right? So, lots of kids think that.
Yeah.
What made you so different? I mean, you at 8 years old, you are no different than any other kid watching a live telecast, Olympic Games or Commonwealth Games, going, gold medal, great, proud moment, I want to do that. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
But you're 1 out of 22 million Australians that have done it.
So I think it's every kid says, I want to do that, and then that's all they say. Then the next thing is, well, what are you going to do to achieve that? And what do you have to be to do the things to achieve that? So the question my coach asked me, he said, what do you want? I said, to win the Olympic gold medal. Duh, that's why I'm here, training. And he said, do you really want it? And I said, yeah, I really want it. And then he proceeded to ask me for the next 10 minutes, do you really, really want it? I said, yeah, I really, really want it. Then he'd say, do you really, really, really want it? And he kept going and I couldn't understand. I'm like, I've told you, I really want it. I started salivating, right? And I think that's the difference is that kids go, today they go, I want it. And that's it.
Yep.
And this evoking of this passion and inspiration and desire and dedication, commitment, all the words we hear all the time, was in every single cell of my body.
And sacrifice.
And sacrifice. And I lived it every single day. Every single day. And I got up every morning with, I want to be an Olympic gold medalist, I want to be an Olympic gold medalist, I want to be an Olympic gold medalist. And then one day it changed to realising that I am an Olympic gold medalist before it even happened.
Yes.
This is a really unique spin in that, you know, it's like the chicken and egg. Do you believe in something and then succeed? Or do you have to succeed before you believe?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you can believe in it first, and by me declaring that I'm an Olympic gold medalist 2 years before it happened, freaked a lot of people out. But what it did for me was make me accountable and had me live into what it needed to be an Olympic gold medalist. You've got to do all these things. So when I declared that I was, it meant that I had to do that to be successful, rather than hoping I might stumble across it along the way. So it's been a very interesting journey.
It's also really interesting that one of the things my guru taught me when I was in the monastery is that he always said to me, things manifest in the mental plane first before they actually manifest in the physical plane. If you can get a clear visual concept of what it is you want mentally, and really believe it and fill it with emotion and visualization, it'll start to manifest in the physical plane. And that's similar to what you've done by telling yourself, I've already won it.
Yeah.
You visualize yourself with a green jacket, gold medal, and saluting to the flag.
And so much so that you actually go and get the green jacket before you get it, right? And you do all it, you make it as real as you can. So once the visualization's there, I then go, oh, cool, that's what it looks like. So how do I make it look like that in real life before it happens, so that when it happens, it's just a natural, seamless progression. So I tend to surround myself. So leading into Sydney, when we won the Olympic gold medal with Kerry Potters, it was here.
Great.
Like 30 minutes from here on Bondi Beach, and it was very cool.
That must have been an awesome experience being in your home country.
Usually we travel the world playing our wonderful sport of beach volleyball with not much support, crowd support, but to have 10,000 Aussies here screaming with our national chant, which you know.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi! Echoing. I mean, that is very cool. But we surrounded ourselves with gold. Everything I owned in my life was gold. Gold toaster, gold sheets, gold boxer shorts, gold car, gold sunglasses, gold watch.
I don't know if I need to know about the gold boxer shorts, but anyway.
Yeah, well, you gotta sleep.
Right,
It's
exactly.
important.
That's true, yes.
And so it was really important. I even washed with Palmolive gold soap.
Did you really?
Absolutely. And the smell today, when I smell it, Palmolive gold soap, it's not in the hotel here at the Hilton, does it? They don't do Palmolive. But when I smell that soap, it makes me feel like I'm on top of the podium again. It's unbelievable.
It's interesting. 2 days ago, I spoke at a conference for the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. It's called Live for One Day. One of the things that I talked to people about in my closing keynote was about how you really have to want the lifestyle that you're looking for. A lot of people want to change. They want to create a new lifestyle for themselves, but they don't want it enough. And that's what I focused on towards the end of it. I said, you really, really have to want it. And in every part of you, I wanted to be a monk for so long. And no matter everybody told me I couldn't be, or I shouldn't be, I should do something else, I said, no, this is what I want to be. And I'm going to do it. You can support me or don't support me. It's totally your choice. You just have to want it.
And now I think that most people add some words in there and they want other people to do it for them.
Yes.
And they want, oh, this is what I want, but can you do it all for me? And when you realise that if you want it badly enough that you have to do it all, and other people will support you, and maybe people along the way will do little things, but you have to be the pilot of your plane, and you've got to be the captain of the ship. And if there's something wrong in the back of the plane, you have to go and fix it.
Yeah.
You don't point to someone else and say, hey, can you go and fix the back of the plane? This is your plane. If you want it to arrive there on time, then you have to make sure it's right. And you've got to do all the hard work. That I think people are getting lazy. They don't want to do the hard work anymore.
And people have this great sense of entitlement these days too. Like, I deserve this. You don't deserve anything you don't work for.
That's right, and it's exactly right, because I believe you do deserve it. I believe that everyone deserves it and they're worthy if you're prepared to do the work. And you will benefit. The rewards are there if you're prepared to do the work. And you've got to really want it.
Exactly. Here's another thing I want to ask. The last 18 years, 18 years ago, I learned a meditation technique from my guru. And this was even before I was a monk. And I've been doing the same meditation every day till today. I haven't modified it, I haven't changed it. And in the West, it's so hard for people to grasp that concept. When I go somewhere and I teach, people always say to me, okay, what's the next thing? All right, give me the next thing. I want level 2, I want level 3. And I'm still on level 1 18 years later. It's about going there and doing the same thing over and over and over again. We talked about this at breakfast today. Can you share a little bit about your experience and whether that has been part of your life or not?
Yeah, well, the game of beach volleyball requires you to master 3 or 4 skills. Right? And so one of them's a dig. We have to learn how to do the dig. And we will dig and dig and dig and dig until we get bored. Right? And the skill is in continuing to do it with that level of enthusiasm. 20 years later, the same basic skill with that level of passion, enthusiasm, commitment. Now, I love the saying that amateurs practice until they get it right. Professionals practice so they can't get it wrong. And so we see amateurs, they make the shot and they go, yeah, mastered it, high five. They've only done it once.
Yes.
So then you get to go and do it thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Now, there was a time for 6 months that we would practice our footsteps in the sand without a ball. So we would do the visualization, we would move like there's a ball, we would imagine the ball in there and do the footsteps. And people go, oh, didn't you get bored? No, because when the ball gets thrown in, your footsteps get all screwed up. So don't use the ball. And then eventually when you've mastered that and they throw the ball in, it's like, oh, that's easy. And you can move to the ball. So yeah, for 20 years it's about doing the little things. If you want big results, do the little things well.
I always say there's nothing more important than the little things in life. Just do the. There was a saying in the monastery where we had a temple made out of bricks. It's built 1 brick at a time. You just do one little bit at a time. You just focus on the little things, and then all the big things just fall into place.
So in the Western world, or today's society, they would get 10 bricks, right?
Yes.
And one would drop on their foot, and they go, ow! And they freak out on why that's happened. Like, why did they? And then they'd sit and cry. Why did that brick drop? Well, dude, you're carrying too many bricks. 1 at a time. Then they get the 10, they drop them.
Yeah.
So now they're missing corners and pieces.
Yeah.
And then they try and do 2 at a time.
Yes.
And then think that's okay. 1 thing at a time. 1 thing.
I love
and
it.
you're the master of that.
I like it. I like it. Great. So tell me a little bit about what you've created online to help people sustain motivation. You mentioned about a 30-day program. Was it 31 day?
30 days. So I unpacked, like I said, all of my tools and skills and secret herbs and spices to my sustaining motivation. And then I wanted to deliver them in a fun, exciting way. So I've done little short 2-minute videos of me. Could you imagine? Exciting things like in my Superman outfit, on a jet ski, peeling onions, like crazy things that are exciting and fun skits. A bit like Ellen DeGeneres would do. I don't dance though, I don't do dancing. She's very cool at dancing. But then I've put worksheets, little worksheets with them, and you print them out and you come armed then with a toolbox for 30 days of practical tips to kind of kickstart your motivation. And once you've got your own motivational mojo, it really is sustainable. Once you learn the skills and tools, So it's a 30-day video series, and you'll get me every single day. Very exciting, very exciting.
She's full of energy, by the way.
Yeah, so that's what I designed online, nataliecook.com, you can get that. It's called
The little thing going across the screen.
Bottom. It's called Motivate Me, which that's you. So when you read it, you motivate me. And you really do need to take care of yourself every day. So you'll probably spend 10 minutes a day with me total, 2 minutes on the video, a little bit of worksheets, and I tell you that you will become awesome at the end of the 30 days if you are not already. If you're already awesome, that's great. You'll just have a great lot of fun. You'll work out some little fun tools. And then at the end of it, you'll be the most awesomest.
Awesomest. I like that.
Yeah, it's only $2 a day too. Bargain.
Cheaper than a cup of coffee.
That's right. Even cheaper than a piccolo.
That's right.
Little coffee.
Oh,
Little coffee. Do the little things well.
that's right.
One day at a time. Now, I give a little bit of variation in there because everyone likes this. They think variety is the spice of life. But remember, do everything you do well. And if you really, 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 really want it, then you'll do what it takes to be successful. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
And consistency is the key.
Yeah, you can't just do it once and hope that that's going to be enough to make you an Olympic gold medalist. It really is about consistent application of the skills and tools you learn, because unless you implement them, they're no good. So I told this story yesterday when I was on stage about a hammer. If you go to Bunnings, that's our Australian version of
Like a Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Yeah.
And
For the Americans.
yeah, hi, I'm actually on a plane today to the US, so if you buy a hammer from Home Depot or Bunnings, and you buy the hammer thinking you're going to make this amazing table, and you go home and put it on the kitchen bench, and sit there and a week later go, hammer doesn't work, pick up the hammer, take it back to Home Depot and Bunnings, ask for your money back and say the hammer didn't work, that's pretty silly, you'd never do that. So unless you pick up the hammer and actually do what you're supposed to do with the hammer, it's not going to build anything. It's the same thing with any of the skills and tools you learn from Dandapani or myself. You have to use them, and you have to use them consistently. Don't go taking my hammer back to Bunnings or Home Depot.
There you go. Olympic gold medalist, 5-time Olympian, only Australian?
Only Australian female to go to 5 Olympics.
And she's just been inducted into the International Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame for volleyball in Massachusetts. I go there in October.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great achievement.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I've dedicated my life to the sport of beach volleyball, and I continue to through building beach volleyball centres and encouraging kids to play, because I'm looking for the next Olympic gold medalist that hopefully I can inspire to greatness.
And you're going to ask that little kid, do they really want it? And how badly they want it. So, thank you so much for joining us. It's really good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and check out nataliecook.com.
And we'll see you in another country somewhere in the world very soon.
Like we always do.
Yeah.
Okay.
High five.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.